Having peace in you. Having peace in you. Being at peace with yourself.
My fault.
No, you good. Having peace, being at peace with yourself. Feeling gracious, harmonious, exuberant. I'm using all these big words. They're not big words. Just feeling all. Being in all. A-L-L. With yourself. Because you are all. It's understanding that you are all. Moving like you are all. See, we don't move like we're the all. We move like we're a piece, a part. We move like we're a piece of the pie, not like we're the entire pie. We move like, we don't move like all moves with us. We move like we move with all. We don't move like the world is attached to us. We move like we're attached to the world, and that's opposite. The world is attached to us. You truly are the center of your universe. Being calm, cool, or honestly, it's not being calm or cool. It's being however you want to be. It's being centered in your own head. It's being centered in your own space. It's being centered in you. Be centered in you. You have to be centered wherever your feet may be. If you're in a party, you're in the lake, you're on a cruise, you're in school, you're driving, you're in a crowd, you're in a busy crowd, everybody's doing their own thing. You have to be centered in yourself. No matter what the location is, you have to be centered in yourself. You have to come back to self. You're gonna always have to come back to self. I would say something, but that's not this type of video. You're gonna have to always come back to self. No matter if you had a great day today and you did so many amazing things, or you had a terrible day today and you did so many dreadful things, you will, in the end of the day, have to come back to self. You will have to come back to yourself. So, if you have to come back to self, then why are you leaving self? Why have you left? Why haven't you just stayed with them the entire time? Because we get wrapped up in our environment. Our environment wraps us up. It pulls us in. Our environment pulls us in. You know what I'm saying? Whoever we're interacting with pulls us in. We just get pulled away from self when we start to be in the world. When we start to move with the world, we stop moving with ourselves. We stop feeling for ourselves. We stop caring for ourselves. We stop thinking with ourselves. We stop negotiating with ourselves. We stop having these dialogues with ourselves because we are in the world, and that's totally fine. You're meant to be in the world as well. We're creation, meant to create and meant to experience. So of course, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be in the world as well, but always come back to self. Always realize that you're never at dis-ease. You're never at a disadvantage. You're never feeling bad. You're never feeling uncomfortable because you are your own comfort. You are your own comfort. This is the thing. You are your own safe space. And it's only until you realize this that you will feel like you're your own safe space. That you will feel like this. That you will move like this. That you will vibrate this way. Because you have to know that you are your own safe space. You are your own safe space. There's nowhere safer than where you're at. You know, you are your own comfort. So if you have this mindset that I am my own comfort, wherever you go, you are your own comfort. It doesn't matter where you go. And people attract to this, guys. People love people who are comfortable with themselves. Because no one is comfortable with themselves these days. Everyone is just so out of whack. No one is comfortable being in their own skin. We're always looking outside of ourselves. How are they judging me? You're not worried. You're worried about others judging you versus just worrying about your judgment on your own self. You know what I'm saying? So this is why those people attract to you. Simply because you love yourself. You're comfortable in your own self. Simply because you are just You feel me? You live in yourself. You believe in yourself. You are confident in yourself. That is beautiful. That is love. That's life. That is life. Being confident in yourself and loving yourself, self-love, that is life. That is the love of life. That is the love of life. To love others and love yourself. But it's more, love yourself first, then love others. That's the love of life, bro. Not beating yourself up over anything. You know what I'm saying? Not feeling, enjoying your day, enjoying how you spend your time. These are life. These are extraordinary facets of life that only come when you do love yourself. That only come when you do enjoy your own company. That only come when you do enjoy who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? You do enjoy these. They only come when these things happen. But when you're constantly looking outside of yourself, you're constantly looking at others, looking at how the others are viewing you. You're looking at others how are living their life. You're comparing. You're contrasting. You're not centered. You're not centered. And a not centered individual, you can't be centered anywhere. If you're not centered by you're not centered. You need to be centered. You need to be okay wherever you put your feet at. You need to be the same person. If you can't be the same person wherever you put your feet at, then you're not centered. You're not centered. And that's okay. Because this video is letting you know that you're not centered. This video is letting you know that, hey, work on it. Hey, work on it. Hey, spend some time. Hey, spend some time by yourself. Hey, go on walks by yourself. Hey, you need to spend more alone time. You need to be alone more. You need to be alone more. You need to be it's mandatory. You need to be alone. You need to be alone more. It's literally mandatory. Why? Because being alone allows you to realize how this actually is your universe, how this actually is your world. You won't realize this is your world if you're around people, because it's their world just as much. Like, we are all one. We are all one. So it's their world just as much as your world. But if you're around them, you're in their world. You're in their world. It's their world just as much as it's your world. We are all one. Literally. So that it's their universe just like it's your universe. Which is why when you're around them all day, you don't realize you're in their world. Y'all now y'all are combined. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both in your other world, but you don't realize that you're your center, because you're centered with them. You're mixing your centered up with their centeredness. You know what I'm saying? Versus you being alone. And you interacting with the world around yourself. Now you're realizing that you actually do interact with the world around you. Now you're realizing the way that you interact with the world around you. Now you're realizing the way that you create change, the way that you create in general. Now you're realizing that you are a creator. You're a producer in your world. Now you're realizing this because you're alone. You're alone and you're having conversations. You're alone and you're having these thoughts, these feelings. And you're realizing, like, hey, I actually was never just a part of this world. I am the world. I never was just a pawn. I never was a pawn. I was always the center. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're realizing now. You're realizing these things because you're being alone. You're alone, so when you're alone, you become centered. You know what I'm saying? Isolation creates centeredness. Isolation creates self-thought. It creates, reconciliation. It creates recognization. What is the word when you go back over the past? You go over the events. Rememberization. Recall. I don't know. You're able to be centered in yourself. You're able to recall events, moments, and you're able to see exactly how you are the center of your universe, exactly how you are the center of your world, because you realize that you bring about the change. You bring about change. You bring about creation. You produce. It was always you. It was literally always you. It was always you, but you didn't know this. You didn't know it was always you because you weren't looking at you. You were looking at who? Exactly. You weren't looking at you. You were looking at others. You weren't looking at yourself. You weren't centered in yourself. Therefore, you couldn't realize that the world does revolve around you. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you guys watching this video. My name is Bob, author, motivator, influencer, motivational speaker, poet, musician, pianist, drummer, personal trainer, violinist, saxophonist, what else? Runner, basketball player. I don't know, like, I just be manifesting. I don't know. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next video.